Hi, my name's Kelly Gilson, and I'm the Executive Director at United Way Oxford. I invite you to join us on our new Let's Talk Local Oxford series. We'll share everything about United Way Oxford, our work, our partners, our investments, and how everything we do is designed to create positive social change right here at home in Oxford County. Not only do we want to share, but we hope to inspire you to join in our efforts and learn ways in which you too can show your local love. So, let's talk local, Oxford.
Woodstock Libro Credit Union is the proud sponsor of Let's Talk Local Oxford.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Local Oxford. A quick thank you to our friends at Libro Credit Union for sponsoring our podcast. We are ever so grateful for their support in helping us share information about local services and needs and some of our funded partners across the county. So thank you, Libro Credit Union. Today, we are going to be chatting with Val Jones, and Val is with the Tillsonburg Multi-Service Center, and she's going to be talking about a program that we are excited to have been a funder for. It's Val is a literacy instructor, and the program is an iPad tablet training program for seniors or older adults or individuals with disabilities. And so, Valerie, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you so much. I'm ever so pleased to be here.
Well, we're really grateful to have you here because we think this is such an important, there's a need. We know that there's an identified need. There's a gap in what's the digital divide. And it was so evident during COVID when seniors were isolated and really disconnected. And you're helping connect them.
Yes, we are. And I think the donation from the United Way has been used by us with a great deal of gratitude. We've been able to purchase 14 new iPads and offer technical courses. And when you mention the digital divide, it's something that affects most people above a certain age. And I tried to make a phone call recently, and I got an AI chatbot and referred to a website. So to operate in society today, you do need a certain level of technical skills. And we're ever so pleased to be able to provide this course. And we see people come in that have been affected by the digital divide because there's just simply of a certain age. When I was in school, I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have a tablet, and now we have cell phones, like there are computers in our pockets, but it doesn't help if we don't know how to use them.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we were so taken with when we were reviewing applications and decided on funding for your program in particular was that the program, although technical, it's really designed to meet people where they're at. So some individuals who might participate in your programming want to learn tons and they really want to dive in and know everything they could possibly know. And others might just want to know how to see pictures of their grandchildren online, or perhaps, get the news or the weather or order groceries or something. So can you tell us a little bit about what the programming looks like or how you're meeting people's needs?
Yeah, well, I think what you said is ever so true. Some people just want to dive in and devour the book that was written for this program called Skills for Success, and they go through it from beginning to end. As you said, some people come in and they just want to know how to delete an app or delete something on Facebook, which, as we know, is a bit of a trial. And or just, as you said, get their pictures in order or transfer their pictures from their phone to the iPad. So, as I mentioned, we were able to purchase 14 devices, and the excellent part is that they're new, they're up to date, and they have features that can address disabilities that people may have. For instance, there's a feature called Talk Back So if anyone has a little visual impairment, the tablet has the capability to speak every word that someone would normally read on the tablet.
Fantastic. Those little tips and tricks and tools really could be a big help for individuals, especially those that might be living on their own or don't have family and friends nearby, right? So that makes a difference.
Yes, it does. And we are able to reach a very demographic. We're able to reach seniors, people that have had emotional or physical disabilities. Again, as we mentioned, the digital divide. And we're excited to be able to take the program out off-site from the Multi-Service Center in Tillsonburg out into the communities. My colleague Brad Vincent will be making inroads and having classes on site at seniors' residents. We've been in discussions with community living, and the other option is community center groups. For example, if you have a watercolor class, these people are a certain cohort and their friends. So we can take the tablet class to them and they're in a happy learning environment. And I get excited because I'm in the classroom and I get to see people, they learn something new, and before you know it, they've shared it with the person sitting beside them, and the atmosphere in the classroom is very relaxed, very friendly. There are no big technical explanations, and there certainly will be happy to answer any type of question that people come in with.
All right, I love that because, you touched on so many things that matter deeply to United Way Oxford, one of which is that sense of belonging and sense of community that we believe is vital and foundational for well-being and inclusion. And certainly through the pandemic, that took a toll for a lot of people who weren't able to connect and to see others or to outreach. And so that's one thing. But you also address the fact that you're going out to where people are at, and we believe in meeting people where they're at for many reasons, one of which, of course, is the transportation struggles that many folks in our community have. And that might be, it doesn't matter where in the community they live, whether they're in a rural area or in one of the urban centers here across the county, transportation can really be a challenge. So by going to where people are already gathering, where there's an opportunity to have some of that camaraderie and people can feel comfortable, that's worth a lot.
Well, it certainly is, because it's a well-known fact in education that the more anxious or stressed someone is, the harder it is for them to take in new information. And the other thing that we offer that many people aren't aware of are training supports in transportation. So if someone is having difficulty getting to the Skills for Success class, we can order a taxi for them, have them picked up, dropped off, taken home again, and that just takes away another barrier that people encounter. Mm-hmm. So not only are we going out to groups, but when they come to us, we can help them with the transportation. We always also provide some babysitting support for some people that are stay-at-home moms and just really want to learn something new but need to get have some support to engage in the course.
Well, those barriers are real for folks, and they can truly make the difference between whether or not they can participate, whether they can learn and engage. And this program, it's not just a learning program, but it's a life skills. It allows for greater independence, self-confidence. I'm sure you're seeing, because you're in the classroom and you're helping folks, what's your response from some of the folks that have gone through your program and now are becoming very tech savvy and independent in that way?
Well, it's interesting you should say that, because we've gotten some testimonials recently from some students, and I can remember one. This gentleman said, He said, this is a great learning experience. He said, I'm technically illiterate, and he said, I'm learning something new in a friendly environment. And this student is so keen that he comes every opportunity he can, and other people as well, because it is low stress, and at the moment there are 2 of us in the classroom, so we can really give some individual help. And it's been really positive feedback all around. So along with the Skills for Success program, we have another one that we've been able to offer. And again, the United Way was a catalyst for this program, as well as Skills for Success. And this one is called DLAP, which stands for Digital Literacy Exchange Project. And with this class, people can drop in. There's no signing up.
Oh, so a little easier.
It's very easy. You drop in, you have a particular problem. There's no commitment. It's not a long administrative process. They come and they ask their questions, and we're there to help. Maybe they want to come back the next week, and we do see people returning. And that's another pilot that we've had, which is possible because of your generous donation.
And what is so fantastic is we love to see when we can make an investment in an organization and in certain programs, especially if they're pilots and they're just trying to really fine-tune some programming. When we see the leveraging ability based on what you learn, based on what you hear and your experiences, and those growth opportunities to just continue to improve, to better meet people's needs, to look at alternate needs and how you're going to address those. So those are wonderful examples of how United Way funding can leverage new opportunities and other funders and other investors. And for us, people think of our major investments through our programs, but we also have some smaller funds. And actually, this particular program was funded through our Community Initiative Fund, which is a small fund, but we use it for in particular for little pilot projects where an organization has identified a need and they really want to try to do something innovative and creative and specific to meet that need. And I think what you're doing through the Multi-Service Center in particular with this program, and of course all of your work in general, really is meeting the needs of folks in our community who could be otherwise left behind in so many ways.
No, I think that's very true. And part of the MSC mandate is to promote individual wellness, economic wellness, community wellness. And as you mentioned, that this is it was a great donation, but because of it, we've been able to partner with other funders, such as the federal government and the Ontario Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development. So being able to mesh the funding sources, we've been able to hire my colleague Brad Vincent. He's currently on a year contract, and we've been able to expand the teaching hours and the number of people we serve, as well as target the specific demographic, which are people with barriers or senior homes, nursing homes, and so forth. So it's really been like a seed that we've been able to mesh with other funders, and it's created something so much larger than what you were able to start us off with.
That really is. Thank you for sharing that, because I think that is a testament to the work that our volunteers do in making these funding decisions, because they want to see that success and that growth. Because success and growth means impact and changing people's lives in a better way. And that is absolutely what you're doing. And so, Valerie, as we wrap up, just for individuals in the community who are thinking, this is the kind of program I would love to participate in, I would like to learn more, how would someone go about getting signed up or to learn a little more information?
Well, it's a very easy process. Just call us at the Multi-Service Center in Tillsonburg, and the number is 519-842-9008, and just ask to be transferred to the Literacy Department, Literacy and Basic Skills, and we will take it from there.
Well, this is a wonderful literacy program that's really targeted to individuals who may otherwise have been left behind or are really, struggling with that digital piece in a world where digital really matters now and can open up opportunities for learning, engagement, everything from banking, the news, the weather, you name it. So it'll meet whatever needs they bring to their table. So Valerie, to you and your colleagues, thank you so very much for what you're doing. I know it's making a big difference in the lives of people across Oxford County who are fortunate enough to be able to participate. United Way feels fortunate that we were able to invest and to help leverage and again plant the seed for future opportunities for you. We are thrilled to be a partner because you're doing really great work and you're changing lives for the better. And thank you for joining us today to share that message and to share some information with our listeners so that they can be a little more aware of again, another wonderful resource here in Oxford County. And so for those listening, thank you for joining us today, and stay tuned for upcoming episodes where we continue to share information about our partnerships here at United Way Oxford and how together, more than ever, we are creating positive impact for individuals across Oxford County. If you have any questions about this podcast or any of our others, please reach out to Mike at unitedwayoxford.ca. And once again, thank you to Libro Credit Union for their generous support of this podcast and this initiative. We really do appreciate that. And for those of you listening, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Let's Talk Local Oxford. Take care. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Local Oxford. If you would like to learn more about United Way Oxford, our work, our engagement, our volunteer opportunities, our partners, or to even make a donation, please visit unitedwayoxford.ca or call our office. We love to chat, and we really love visitors too. If, however, you find yourself needing a hand to locate a program or a service, please call 211, our information and referral service. They're there to connect you to local supports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Remember, 211, they are there to help. Until next time, join with us by showing your local love. We all could use a little more of that. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Local Oxford, proudly sponsored by Woodstock Libro Credit Union.